G'day everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Let's dive in and take our first look at Microsoft lists. In this episode, we're going to create a list from a template and save it to the My List section. Now this has just landed in my tenant. It's my first look at it. So stay with me and let's dive in and have a first look. G'day everyone, here we are, Office 365 homepage. Let's dive in and have a look at Microsoft lists. The new kid on the block just arrived in my tenant. Let's dive in. So new icon here on the 365 start page. Let's click on it. Let's create our first list. Now, what we can see here is we can create a blank list from Excel, from existing lists, but we've also got some templates we can choose from. In this use case, what we're going to do is we're going to choose the employee onboarding. We can see we've got a preview of this list and the columns that it's going to provision for us. So let's use this template. I'm going to keep the name the same. We can give it a description. We can choose a color here, and we can also choose an icon. So I'm just going to choose and change the icon. You can see here we can choose also where to save it to. So in this video, what we're going to do is choose the My List section. Let's see what happens when we do that. But you'll see here we can also change and we can also save that to a SharePoint site. So let's choose My List and let's create that. Nice and quick to create. Bang, we are done. All right. Nice user interface, full screen, and what we'll see here, it's built on top of SharePoint lists, right? So here we go. We've got, when we create a new item, we've got the new item, the panel that slides out from the right. We can create our item there. Now, what's interesting is what you can see in the URL here is that it creates it under your OneDrive for Business. And I can see that I can jump into the list settings here like you normally would in a SharePoint site, okay? So you can see I can jump into list settings and I've got the options here to be able to manage my list, all right? So I'm just gonna jump back onto the list here. Let's just create a new item. So we'll create a new item. We'll rush through this. Let's go week 1. Let's just have a look and see what the column formatting is around here, what comes with it. We won't worry about any of that, and let's just save it and we'll have a look. So you can see description hasn't filled out, so let's edit that. You'll see same thing with a SharePoint list. Here's the description. Let's just choose an option here, week 1. Let's save that now. And you can see here that we've got some column formatting. We've got the profile picture. We've got an icon or here that's replacing the text. And we've got some column formatting here, all right? So creating a list is super easy. If you save it to your My Lists, then it actually saves it to your OneDrive for Business, okay? Now, if I just pop back onto the lists homepage, you can see here that I've got the recent lists and I've got the list that I've just created. It's going to appear on my list, okay? And the options that I've got here, I can customize it. I can share it with other people, and we're going to take a look at that in a separate video. I can remove it from my list. Let's have a look and see what customizing does. So when we customize it, we can choose a color, we can change the name of the list, and we can save it as well, all right? When I click on that, it's gonna open up that list for me. I can integrate with Power Automate, also with Power Apps, and you would have noticed when I create a new item that I can actually edit this form like you normally would with a SharePoint list. I can customize the form with Power Apps also, okay? So there we go, your first look, created our first list, saved it to My Lists, and I hope that brings you some value. It's rolling out now. Stay with me. I've got another few episodes to follow up with, and we'll take a deeper dive into Microsoft lists.